All right. So today we are talking about the Civil War and the lead up to the Civil War. So here is our SWL objective. So review and introduction. So the lead up starts at the beginning of the 19th century, that's the 1800s, and slavery really is a big issue, and it is a main cause. I know people say it's not, but it is. There is a question about morality. So a lot of people think that slavery really is moral. They think that a lot of people are, if they have slaves, it's more of a question of their worth ethic than whether or not it's right to enslave other human beings. Some people do think it's immoral and they really question it, but this is not a big enough percentage of the population, especially not in lawmaking, that this is really going to be changed. So there are two parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. The Republicans really think that the government should be involved in this kind of decision. They should say whether or not slavery is legal and if it's moral and if it's right and if it's constitutional. Democrats, they do not agree. They think that the government has no right to talk about morality and no right to be invested in things of morality, no right to answer questions or to make decisions based on morality. So as you can see, these platforms are really switched from what we know them today. Mainly, this is just something that changes in about the mid 1900s. So abolitionists and the anti-slavery movement. So abolitionists are very radical. They believe in the immediate eradication of slavery. They believe no compensation should be afforded to former slave masters, but instead to these former slaves. The anti-slavery movement, however, believes that this should be very slow and gradual, and people who used to have slaves should be compensated and not their slaves. So, agriculture and factories also play a big role in contention between the states. Northern states believe in factory work. They are very industrial and they believe that the rest of the country can benefit from this. And they believe that the Southerners are kind of lazy and behind the times for holding tight to agriculture and specifically slaves to do this agriculture. So the South, however, is very agricultural and they believe that this is the right way, and they kind of find the idea of factories abhorrent. So Democratic ticket. So the election of 1860 rolls around. We have John C. Breckinridge as the Democratic frontrunner, and he is very vehemently pro-slavery, pro-states' rights, and anti-federal government. So then we have Abraham Lincoln. He is a self-taught lawyer from Illinois, no real formal education, but he's very intelligent, and he really wants to keep the Union preserved. So Lincoln, he does not ever really mention anything about slavery. However, a lot of people do think that since he's a Republican, he's going to drop this facade of pro-union and instead implement this kind of horrible idea of taking their slaves away, even though he finds the idea of abolishing slavery secondary in importance to preserving the Union. But this is going to change later on. So Lincoln wins. Part of this has a lot to do with population and how much of that population can vote. There are more northern states, and Lincoln kind of pretty much wins almost all the northern states and some of the border states too. And a lot more people in the north can vote. The South has a huge amount of slaves, a massive amount, and of course slaves can't vote and neither can women. So In the end, the Union is pretty much no more at this point, temporarily. So South Carolina, not wanting to lose their slaves, decides to secede from the Union in December of 1860. In 1861, 6 more states decide to secede, and in May of that year, these previous states seceded in January and February. 4 more states, 4 of the border, what they call the border states, secede. And this is actually how West Virginia is created. So here's our assignment, and here are our sources.